The remaining relics and traces of fortresses still stand, but the nation of Babylon has completely vanished from the world map. Once one of the greatest empires, one of the most advanced civilizations, and one of the most powerful countries of the ancient world, Babylon is now merely a name preserved in history books. Why did an empire, at the pinnacle of human civilization, come to such an absolute end? In today's video from Secret Discovery, I will tell you the story of Babylon and the fall of this civilization. Babylon was the capital of the Babylonian Empire, one of the most prominent empires of ancient Mesopotamian civilization. The name Babylon means Gate of the Gods. During its golden era, Babylon was also called Babalu. In fact, two states bore the name Babylon in the past, the Old Babylonian Kingdom and later the Neo-Babylonian Kingdom. Both dominated the Mesopotamian region from the 19th century BCE, reaching their peak between the 7th and 10th. Located between the Euphrates and Tigris rivers, Babylon thrived not because of abundant resources, but due to the fertile waters and silt provided by these great rivers, making it a major city. Estimates suggest that Babylon was the world's largest city from 1770 to 1670 BCE, and from 612 to 520 BCE, with a population of up to 200,000 people. The empire's territory might have spanned 900 hectares, equivalent to 9 million square kilometers at its height. Today, the remains of Babylon lie in Hilla, about 85 kilometers south of Baghdad. However, only a small portion of this ancient city has been excavated, and in 2019, UNESCO declared these ruins a World Heritage Site. The earliest records mentioning Babylon date back to around the 23rd century BCE. Initially, Babylon was a small settlement but rapidly developed into a powerful state. The king who laid the foundations for Babylon's rise was Hammurabi, who established the Old Babylonian Kingdom and conducted territorial wars with neighboring states. However, the Old Babylonian Empire was short-lived, fading away during the reign of Hammurabi's son in the 18th century BCE. Babylon later came under long-term control by the Assyrians, Chaldeans, and Arameans. Under King Nabopolassar, Babylon freed itself and overthrew the Assyrian Empire around 612 to 665 BCE, establishing the Neo-Babylonian Empire and making Babylon the capital. Nabopolassar's son, the great Emperor Nebuchadnezzar II, created one of the most powerful empires in history. During his reign, Babylon flourished in science, arts, military prowess, and architecture. The prosperity brought by his victories allowed Nebuchadnezzar II to initiate massive construction projects. He ordered the reconstruction of the entire kingdom, paving important roads and creating magnificent structures like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, city walls, and the Ishtar Gate. Among these, the Hanging Gardens were symbolic of the nation's wealth and one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The walls of Babylon were an architectural marvel, standing 48 meters high and extending over 17,000 meters, protected by a moat to defend against invaders. In addition to its architecture, Babylonians contributed greatly to human civilization. Babylon is credited as the birthplace of the timekeeping system of 60 minutes per hour and 24 hours per day that we still use. They applied mathematical concepts such as square numbers, pi, the Pythagorean theorem, and the 360-degree circle. Babylon also produced notable engineers, astronomers, and scientists. Although a great king, Nebuchadnezzar II was also associated with brutal actions, especially against the Jews. In 587 BCE, he invaded and destroyed Jerusalem, burned Solomon's temple, and took the Jewish people into captivity. The Jews called him their greatest enemy, and in the Bible, Babylon symbolizes sin. After Nebuchadnezzar II's death, the Babylonian Empire weakened under subsequent kings. Babylon's last king, Nabonidus, indulged in personal pleasures and neglected the country, fueling public discontent. At this moment, Cyrus the Great of the Persian Empire devised a plan to overthrow Babylon. In 539 BCE, the Persian army launched an attack, swiftly capturing Babylon with little resistance. According to Herodotus, the Persians entered Babylon while the Babylonians were still engrossed in celebration. Cyrus the Great then freed the Jews, allowing them to return home and rebuild their temple. To the Jewish people, he was a savior. Thus, the mighty Babylonian Empire fell overnight. After more than 2 centuries of dominating Mesopotamia and reaching unprecedented heights of development, the The chapter of Babylon closed in 539 BCE. Although Babylon is now merely a name, the ancient civilization's vast achievements and grand legacy continue to make a mark on humanity. The architectural feats and contributions of the Babylonians will forever inspire awe due to their greatness and magnificence. Like every empire, Babylon experienced a glorious era, but it too met its day of decline.